What's good, YouTube? We back with another video, man. We back with another reaction, man. We finna react to a scary story time, you know what I'm saying? Me and my girl watch these all the time, so, you know, we like them. Some of them be kind of disturbing, you feel what I'm saying? But this one, I think the scary granny one, I ain't never seen this one before. So we finna get into it, y'all. Let's get it.
I'm a 28-year-old male, but when this happened, I was about 23. I worked at a mom-and-pop's pizza shop in a place in Northern California. It's a small farm town and has a few suburbs near it.
Whoever be editing these videos, they call, it take a lot of time.
They trusted me with running things while they were gone. This night, though, I was working deliveries and got the weirdest one of my life. Everything seemed fine when I took the order. The lady ordered anchovies on her pizza, and I always think people who order that are weird as shit. She made a point to tell me the pizza had to be hot when it got there, or she wouldn't pay for it. So I get the pizza and throw it in the warmer, and drive to her house before any of my other deliveries.
That's just being a
I'd like to tell you guys that her house was creepy and run down, but it looked like your average one-story new housing development home. I rang the doorbell and put on my fake-ass customer service smile.
My fake-ass customer smile. Yeah, we all know that.
As soon as she opens the door, I knew this was going to be bad. The haggard old lady who looked like she was a smoker of 50-plus years looked me dead in the eyes and said, "It had better be hot, or I'm not paying like I told you over the damn phone."
I see why he on her ass.
I made sure to stop by your place first, even though it was last on my list. "Bring it in and set it on the table." She said this. And now, I don't normally go inside customers' homes because I read too many stories on no sleep, and that's not me.
Me and my girl watch too many of these videos.
I just want to kill her with kindness and see where this will go. So I say, "No problem. I also brought cheese and ranch for you if you need it." As soon as I opened the bag, she grabbed the box, and her hand was on the bottom of it, just rubbing it.
Creepy.
"It's not hot enough. You fuckers do this every time, and I'm not paying for this shit. Not a single dime." One thing I have an issue with is my mouth. I don't know when to just shut up and try to understand where people are coming from. "Look, lady, your house is a 5-minute drive from our shop, and I stopped by your place first. There's no way your pizza is cold. If you refuse to pay, you're going to be 86th, and I'll notate it on your account." She immediately walked into her kitchen and came back out. She had an old pizza from a few weeks prior she had ordered from us, and threw it at me.
Oh, wow.
"Take your fucking pizza and get out of my house. You're the devil."
That is crazy.
She yelled that at me and kept calling me Satan and the devil. Again, my mouth has no filter and I can't control it.
That day.
I try, but I fail every time. As I'm closing the bag and laughing about how much I hate my job, I tell her, "Alright, ma'am, you will not be able to order pizza from us again. I hope you have a good day, and God bless you and your house."
At least he was still being nice to her.
She kept following me outside to my car, screaming about how I was the fucking devil. And there are families out there just watching this all go down. I get in my car and start driving. Once I'm back, I tell my manager what happened, and she told me that the lady had already called in and screamed to her about what had gone down. Her story was that I cussed her out and got her order wrong. My manager shut her down and said I'd never do anything like that. But here's the weird part. She whispered into the phone to my manager and repeated, "Send him back. Send him back.
That is fucking weird.
Send him back." She called once a day for almost 3 months, just whispering this to whoever answered. She started driving by the restaurant and yelling, "The devil works here. You're all going to hell." Now, I wasn't scared. I was just pissed and wanted to retaliate, because I can't tell you how many times she tried to follow me back to my apartment when I got off work. One night, I pulled over and got out just for her to stop her car in the road with the lights on, yelling, "The devil is here." After this, I jumped back in my car and sped off. Luckily, after 6 months of dealing with this lady, I found out she was schizophrenic and bipolar.
I told y'all she had problems.
On her meds. Her daughter put her in a care home, but when she was cleaning out her house, she saw that her mom had pictures of me all over her bedroom wall with the word.
Was she stalking this dude?
Yep, you guessed it. devil, scrawled all over it. She found me and explained everything to me, and thankfully that was the end of it all.
In 2011, on my 21st birthday, I took it upon myself to go backpacking through the Canadian mountains all on my own. I had gone backpacking and camping many times before, but never on my own. I wanted this birthday's significance to be rooted in the fact that I had challenged the great outdoors all on my own. On my third day out, I reached my destination. It was an old farmhouse sitting on its own in an overgrown field out in the middle of nowhere. I had discovered it on Google Earth and was eager to check it out before heading back. In addition to a first aid kit, a compass, and a utility knife, I was carrying a Smith & Wesson Governor revolver, which carried 6 shots. It was the crown jewel of my father's collection, and he had loaned it to me for protection while I was out in the woods alone. He made sure that I had practiced with it several times and knew how to use it before I set off. And now, as I approached the farmhouse, I was pleased that I had taken the time, because I wasn't entirely sure the place was abandoned. Every window on the ground floor was boarded up, and a faded plastic pinwheel spun lazily from where it was stuffed into the dirt by the front door. I walked right up the front steps, and feeling somewhat foolish, I knocked. When no one answered, I walked around the perimeter of the house. There was an ancient rusty fire escape hanging down from one of the upstairs windows, and an old single-door refrigerator lying on its side out amongst the tall grass.
It's not even his house, though.
When I walked back around to the front door of the house again, I tried the knob. It was rusty, but I managed to turn it with both hands, and the door swung open with a creak. I was just about to walk in when I felt the sensation of eyes on me, and I spun around. Out by the tree line, I saw what appeared to be a man with a long gray beard staring at me. I immediately felt foolish and guilty, and waved at him, my other hand reaching into my belt to rest on the handle of the gun. "Hi there.
That's your sign.
Is this your place?
To leave. Don't
I'm
you
sorry.
wave.
I'll leave."
You turn around.
For maybe 10 seconds, the man just stared at me. Then, without saying anything, he turned and walked back into the trees. That made me nervous. I didn't know how to interpret it, and the last thing I wanted to do was walk back into the woods knowing that he was out there. I decided to enter the house and close the door behind me. I slid a dusty stool in front of the door, so I would hear it tip over if anyone entered. I spent the next hour exploring the house, occasionally glancing out of the windows to see if the man had reappeared. When it finally began getting dark out, I was still nervous and unwilling to leave the house, so I walked up a narrow flight of stairs to the attic, locked the door behind me, set up my gas lantern, and unrolled my sleeping bag. After a light dinner, I updated my journal, turned off the light, and prepared to get some sleep.
What is he afraid of?
But after a minute or so, I heard creaking on the stairs, and my eyes shot open.
And then he said his
I looked
dad
over
taught
towards
him
the
how to
door,
shoot guns.
and I heard the faint sound of footsteps
Is he
climbing the
afraid
narrow
of?
staircase. I threw myself out of the sleeping bag, grabbed my flashlight and my gun, and pointed them both towards the door. I called out, "Who's there? If I'm trespassing, I'm sorry. I'll pack up and leave.
Okay, he waited
Just
this
don't
long
try to open the door.
to take the gun up.
I have a gun." The footsteps continued to climb without hesitation. When they were just outside the door, I heard the doorknob rattle. I made my voice sound as furious as I could. "Don't try to get in. I told you I have a gun. Just tell me who you are." There was a moment of hesitation, and then the doorknob began to jiggle harder. "Stop it! I'll fucking shoot." I made myself count to 5, but the doorknob continued to jiggle violently. "Last chance." I made myself count to 5 again, and when the jiggling didn't stop, I fired 2 shots through the door, aiming low, intending to hit the stranger's legs. As soon as the shots rang out, the knob stopped jiggling, and there was silence. There was no sound of anyone falling backwards down the steps or a gasp in pain. There was just silence. I kept the gun up and cautiously walked towards the door. I unlocked it and opened it. I nearly shat myself when I saw there was nothing standing there. There was no blood, no body, no indication that anyone had been standing there. I slammed the door, locked it again, and dragged an ancient rusty armchair in front of the door to block it. For the next several hours, I would doze off for a while and then wake up again, keeping my gun nearby until the sun rose. After it was light enough, I gathered my belongings and crawled out of the window and went down the fire escape.
I would have been ran.
But when I was about 20 steps away from the house, I turned, and looking back at me from the attic window was the bearded old man. I drew my gun and aimed it at him, but I didn't shoot. I did it as a warning not to follow me. Then I sprinted back into the woods. 2 years later, in the summer of 2013, I returned to the house with 4 of my friends and showed them all the bullet holes in the attic door. I still go camping every now and then, but I always make sure I bring my handgun, because you never know who might be watching you from the shadows.
He went back. Maj would have been out. I wouldn't have spent the night. I wouldn't have did none of that. Maj would have been out. Out of that bitch. But alright, dawg. What the fuck I'm saying? Dawg. Alright, y'all. That's it for this video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe if y'all like our videos and y'all want to see more. Don't be afraid to drop some comments on what y'all want to see, or y'all go look at our social medias. You know what I'm saying?